Welcome to 21 Days of Sage Intacct for a New You, presented by LBMC Technology Solutions. Because it takes 21 days to make or break a habit, over the next 3 weeks, we'll empower you to reimagine the way that you work by providing 21 days of great tips to make a better you in Sage Intacct. Let's get started. The new you in Sage Intacct starts today. Day 13. Generating invoices or AIA billings. Discover how to generate AIA-style invoices for your construction projects, ensuring compliance with standardized billing formats used in the industry. So within Sage Intacct, you'll want to go to projects, and it is recommended that you set up project contracts underneath a job, which would have your schedule of values and be able to generate invoices based on a contract. That's the preferred method for AIA billing, but if you go under generate invoices, you'll see 3 different options. So we can do this by customer, by project, or by project contract. And so if we're going to look at a progress billing, a true progress billing, it would be under project contract. And you'll notice that my invoice template is a project contract invoice. This is a form that's set up inside of Sage Intacct that can be customized. I'm going to change my invoice date and my invoice or GL post date to match whatever I need it to match to. And then I'm going to pick my project contract. So I'm going to take a look at the Prime Mart here, for example, and I'm going to put a billing date in here as of 10/31. So it's only going to look at transactions that are associated prior to 10/31. I do have the ability to change what I'm viewing on the generate screen. So you could see here that if I never had retention and I didn't have to deal with that, I could uncheck some of those boxes. But for this demonstration, we're going to be able to do preview. And so this should pull up a schedule of values and show you the schedule of values as to what is on this project. So it keeps track of what the last billing number was here. We'd have to put another billing number here. It is a required field, obviously. And then you'll notice that this layout down here, it can be customized too. You can change this layout to include or uninclude things that aren't important to you. But this completed period, this is the dollar amount if you wanted to put a dollar amount here. So we don't have any balance remaining on that line, but this one we could put $1,000. This one we could put $5,000. You can also use the percent completed to date. So it does the reverse mathematics to come up with that percentage. But if I wanted to put 25%, it would update this completed per this period cell. So you can do either one of those things by percentage or by dollar amount. And then it's going to sum everything up here at the bottom. And then over here to the far right is going to be your retention. And so it's withholding retention of 10% on these bills. And you'll notice that it's summing it up over here. And then you can notice the totals at the end. So as long as these totals match what you think it should look like, then you could do create invoice, which would generate the AIA billing. So we're going to just show you the AIA billings and what they look like in here. It is not an AIA certified document, but it does look very similar to the AIA or a progress billing. So you'll notice here we also have time and materials in here. You are able to use that generate invoices to create time and materials or all of your invoicing needs depending on how you're billing your customers. So if we do print or email on this record, when this pulls up, it should look like an AIA document that you have been familiar with in the past. So give it just a second here. So you see you have your project contract summary on the first page, and then your change orders, and then your schedule of values, whatever that is. You'd be able to see that full schedule of values here. And then you could email this right out of Sage Intacct. It does have that functionality if you've set up your domain and that functionality with the configuration settings. So you could email it right out of here. And you do align some of those things on the project, like if you wanted to include the architect name, for example, on that AIA document, you could customize that form to include things like that. So generating invoices is pretty simple inside of Intacct. You just kind of have to know which direction you're going. Is it a time and materials invoices, which mean it would pull in all the billable expenses that you could mark up and then bill to your client? Or is it based on a schedule of values and a scheduled project contract? So you get to determine how you want to generate those invoices. And then when you bill final retainage on a project, you would do the same process. And underneath the Generate Invoices tab, so if we went back in here and we picked on a project contract and we picked on that same project that we were looking at earlier, there is a column that says bill retainage this month. The only caveat to using this column is that your final billing and your retainage will not generate in the same period. It won't allow you to have that invoice in the same period, which might cause reporting errors. So you might want to bill your retainage on this invoice in particular. So there's a column that says billing retainage this period right here that you can fill out. It doesn't have any intelligence behind it to know what the retention was that was withheld, but you could see that over here. You would be able to see, net to bill this period. So you could change that here to match that and then bill your retention. So that's how you bill out your retention on a AIA progress billing. Thank you for joining us today on our presentation of 21 Days to a New You in Sage Intacct. If you want to talk to an expert, here's our contact information. We look forward to hearing from you.